Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, and today we're going to be learning how to make this gown. Please, if you know you've not subscribed, please subscribe and welcome. First of all, my fabric is on fold. I folded it into two, and now I'm taking the full length of the gown. The full length of this gown is 45, so I've marked 45 inches from top to bottom. I'm using a crepe material. This dark blue, this navy blue is a crepe material.
Shoulder is 16 divided by 2, that's 8 inches.
I took the shoulder, it's 8 inches, I marked that, and then I marked the round neck. It's 4 by 8 I'm using. At this point I forgot that it was a V neck, so I ended up doing a round neck pattern. So I came down with 9-inch for armhole, and then I came down with 1 inch for slope, and I took my ruler and started connecting the lines. We took shoulder, we took shoulder, we marked it, then we marked our neckline. We used 4 by 8. Then we came down at the edge of the shoulder and marked 9 inches, came down by 1 inch for shoulder slope. Now I'm marking our under bust, sorry, our half length. Our half length 16 inches. I'm marking 16 inches of half length, then I connect the lines. Remember, you're marking straight from your shoulders. So now I come down from my half length with 9 inches for the hip line. Because she's big, her hip is 44. So I come down with 9 inches for hip line. Then I mark it. If your client is not that big, please feel free to use 8 inches. You connect the line, the hip line. Please, after the half length, when you come 8 or 9 inches from the half length, come down. That is hip line. So, and then I started to mark the bust. The bust is 39, sorry. I divided it by 4. I added 2 inches. And I took the waist. The waist, I'm using 31 inches for the waist. I divided by 4, sorry, and then I added 2 inches to it. So whatever thing is your waist or your round under bust, divide it by 4 and add 2 inches to it. I added extra allowance. And then my hip divided by 4 plus 2 inches. Take note. Divide by 4. You divide your waist, your bust, and your hip by 4. Now I connect the shoulder lines. The curve, I did a curve at the shoulder, at the armhole, sorry. And then now I came down with 10 inches for the under hip, to mark my under hip. You know that if you make it straight from the hip, the same size, it will have no shape. So I'm coming down from where I want to start making the curve, the kind of pencil shape below the skirt. So now I came down with 10 inch. Now I'm marking the down. I'm using 40 plus allowance, so allowance of 2 inches, and I'm going to still extend what I measured there to the final length, the full length. Like I said, we're using a crepe fabric. So after this, pick up my scissors and I start cutting. Take note, guys, when you are marking your measurement, your shoulders is always divided by 2, your bust is divided by 4, your under bust, your round under bust or your waist is divided by 4, your hip is divided by 4, your under hip is divided by 4. Please take note of this. So apart from your shoulders and your sleeve, every other thing is divided by 4. Every other thing that's going around your body, every other measurement that's going to be going round is divided by 4, apart from your shoulders and your sleeve. Take note. The next thing I'm going to be doing is to fold in my fabric for the back part. The fold for the back part is bigger because of zip allowance. Now I'm adding 1.5 inch from top to bottom at that edge for zip allowance. So I added 1.5. You can add 2 inches. Then I don't want the back neck to be as high as down as the one at the front, so I came out with 3 inches. So that's 4 by 3. Came out with 3 inches at the back, and then I connected it to the former neckline, just like so, and then I start cutting. So every other shape is the same, apart from probably neckline if you want to modify it, and then the zip allowance for the back. The side shape is the same. You add the zip allowance to the next side.
So just as I'm doing, create an opening for the zipper, then notch it where the zipper allowance start from. So now we're about to make the puff sleeve. Now the shape of this puff sleeve depends on how puffy you want your sleeve to be and how much fabric you have available. So this one, I'm going to take the length of 11 inches from up to down, and we're going to be adding the yellow fabric at the bottom. So I'm going to mark 11 inches, and then we're going to add about 4 inches to of the yellow fabric for the combination. So this I'm making use of whatever thing is left. So make sure it's folded in this shape, in a rectangular shape. The more fabric you have, the fuller your puff would be. I've gone ahead to cut the combination for the yellow fabric for the down, an additional allowance for the hemming, so we could use to insert the band. And after then, I'll go ahead and cut the extension for the down part of the gown. I'm going to place the gown, then I'm going to open it up and place the yellow fabric to gauge how far I want it to go, and then I'll trim it out just like that. Up next, I'm cutting out the interfacing for the neck. The interfacing for the neck, for the neckline, for both the back and the front is not hard. Just take a little fabric, follow the neck line, and then leave space around it. Hi guys, how are you doing? So please, if at this point you have not subscribed to my channel, please do like, share and subscribe. So I went to my machine and I started joining every single piece of everything that needs to be joined. Besides the side, I joined the neckline, and then I joined the extension of the sleeve. I joined the extension of the gown, and then I went to the pivot to iron when I was done. Please do try and look at the way I'm joining. I did stop stitching at some points where necessary, and yeah, just follow the way I'm joining. Look at it and see how I'm going through the joining process. Next, I went to insert my dart. I came down 10 inch from the shoulder, and then I came down 10 inch from the 10 inch in which I came down from the shoulder, and then I took my dart of 4 inches. I marked the 4 inches from the midpoint, just like that. From that zip allowance joining, I marked 4 inches at both sides, just like that. And then from that 10 inch I marked, my dart is going to be 10 inches long, so I'm going to draw a 10 inch line when I am done. Then connect the line. See, I'm marking 10 inch. That's the length of my dart. And yes, if you are enjoying this video and you understand so far, please subscribe to my channel. after joining the shoulders and ironing my darts, I came down to mark, to shape it, to do the shaping. So for example, how you do your shaping, if for example from one end to the other end is 20 inches and what you need is 18 inches, like when you divide your bust by 2, is because now we're dividing by 2 for the shaping. You know this fabric now it's folded into 2, like front and the back. So now if you got 20 inches, you will not say 20 inches minus 18, that's 2 inches. So you now share that extra. For example, that 2 inches, now you now share 1 inch at one side, 1 inch at the other side. For example, this is my tape. Now see the full measurement. I will now count whatever thing is left, whatever extra is left, I will come and then I'll share it on both sides. That's how you shape. So you mark your full measurement, and then you measure your full. Just look at what I'm doing. I took the tape from the end to the other end and I got the full measurement. Then I'll now start counting to minus what I need. So let's say if it's 30 inches and I need 25, that is 5 inches extra. I will now divide it by 2. That's 2.5. I'll carry 2.5 from this end and then 2.5 from the other end. So that's how you do your shaping on a clothes. I hope you understand. So when I was done, I took it to the machine and I started stitching it just like that. Our sleeve, to avoid the armhole side being very longer than the normal length, I came down by 4 inches from the edge, not the folded end, to the end that is not folded, that is separate. I came down by 4 inches and then I did this slant just like that, the way I slanted it, so that it will not, you know how slanted our armhole is, so that the down will not be longer. To avoid that, then I ran it gathers at the armhole side of my sleeve. I ran it gathers. When I was done with that, I drew the gathers and made sure it was exactly the length of my sleeve, which is 18 inches. The next thing I did was to insert the sleeve just like that. So you notch the midpoint and then you place the midpoint on the midpoint of the shoulder. That is the shoulder line that you've joined, and then you start running it down just like that. So just watch and see. You have to arrange it gathers. If you don't arrange it, it will be showing that it will come to the front in a very scattered way. So you don't just rush gathers, you make sure you arrange it and make sure all the tips are out. When I was done with the gathers, I folded in, I hemmed the end of the sleeve where I plan on putting my elastic. I hemmed it for the elastic. Please make it big enough for an elastic band to go through. Don't make it so tiny so you'll not struggle. As you can see, our gown is already given. So what I did, I drew a straight line for the middle of the dress and I started inserting our press button. Had already made it before now, so I just started placing it. And look at my beautiful gown, the one I'm wearing. Okay, so see the way I'm doing it. I'll first put the needle very well. I'll tie it down before fixing. You know, there's a way you can fix these buttons and they'll just find themselves dropping very so easily. So avoid that. Just make sure you really tie it down and see our end product. Like, just check it out. So I went down and I hemmed the bottom of this gown. I weaved it and I hemmed it with what they call it, hemming gum, please double or triple your hemming gum and use a very hot iron and steam it so that it won't fall off. Thank you so much for watching. God bless you.